So Dallas, let's jump into some of our pros for the movie. So let me just ask you this. What do you think worked better in the sequel compared to the original?
I think what worked better, obviously the chemistry was even more on point between Keanu and Alex. I liked in the sequel how it wasn't just a retread of the first one. It wasn't, we need to find more historical figures in history again for some odd reason. It was a completely different story, but had just enough of the same elements where if you liked the first film, you're still going to like this one. In my opinion, it didn't lose any traction from the first movie. Might be getting ahead of myself here, but to answer your final question, I already know. No, I did not enjoy Bogus Journey as much as Excellent Adventure, but I still love it. I think they work best as not one film, but they definitely work best together. It's more of a complete story, I think.
Awesome. That's super cool that the way that you phrase that in terms of yeah, it might not be necessarily better on its own, but it's great together, all together, first one and second one together, and how it continues that chemistry. And one thing that I had mentioned too, that I'd written down in my notes was that, Evil Robot Bill and Ted, that must have been really fun for Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter to do acting wise in this movie. Not only are they playing their characters, but they're playing the evil version of their characters as well. But that had to be so much fun for those guys.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that amazed me on the rewatch was how well the practical effects on Evil Bill and Ted still kind of hold up.
Right. And of course, there are some really cool throwbacks, like you said, tie-ins from the first movie that kind of work well in the second one too. When we first meet Colonel Oates, the military academy from the military academy school, that's such a fun addition to add to this movie. And like we mentioned earlier with Star Trek, being on the TV, and then all of a sudden they go to that location, and it's a really cool way of bringing everything back from the first one in a way that I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was, especially with Colonel Oates, that's something they absolutely did not have to do at all. Oates was a throwaway line in the first movie, and they didn't have to reference that at all. But it was so cool that they did.
I don't know if I was as big a fan of his scenes after that one, but maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. But one of the things that I really like too is when they have the band audition scene early on. Medieval England, Iowa. So that was pretty fun.